Alrighty. We should be live. Let's just do our audio check as always, everybody. Of course, lots and lots of car horns deciding to honk right as I start to stream. YouTube music. No, not YouTube music. I just want regular YouTube. Come on, app. Open up. Nope. That's someone else's video. I want my video. Apodemus Witherby. Live. Someone else's video. I want my video. Okay, yeah, okay. I think I hear everything. I think we should be good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem. Okay. I didn't get to play last night. I was just really tired from work, and I didn't want to, I also got home kind of late, so I didn't want to be too tired while I played. I'm eager to get back into the game, though. I'm thinking that we'll finish it this weekend, and yeah, I don't know. We're probably going to do a good amount of yapping as a result of what we learn, what we discover, what comes out of the rest of this game. I wanted to start this session with I didn't pull up my copy of Luda by Grant Morrison, but I did find this note in my my phone's note app that has stuck with me for a bit, and I'll start by reading that. Is the fascination with the zombie apocalypse because we are already living through one? Is the viral contagion not a physical microbial entity, but a virus of the mind? Because the alienation of contemporary living has resulted in a widespread destruction of the living soul. So I think I don't exactly know where I took that note from. I think I know what it's from. I think that it's from the podcast Schizotopia, which I don't know if I am I don't know if I would hugely recommend Schizotopia. It's really interesting. It's also a very uneven podcast. Some episodes are incredibly good and some are not so good. In essence, Schizotopia is it's a sort of an interview or discussion podcast where the lead guy is interested in interviewing people kind of on the fringe, people who are on the fringes of different disciplines, or fringe philosophers, fringe political theory, conspiracy theorists even. And there's some episodes that I think are really, really interesting. I think some of the philosophy ones in particular I think are quite compelling, when he is talking with people who really know their stuff, and they have weird attitudes, but they're quite they're just kind of radicals within their fields of knowledge. There's other episodes that aren't quite as effective, where I don't know, he's talking to people who are more on the fringe political side, or fringe again the conspiracy theory side, and those episodes are often really, really frustrating. In a certain sense, he's a good journalist, in the sense that he's not he's creating a runway for them to express their thoughts and opinions. So he himself is doing everything that is good. It's just the outcome of those conversations are wildly variable in their quality, because a lot of those people frankly aren't very smart, and they don't really have anything to say. They're kind of just annoying to listen to, because they talk themselves in circles and don't have anything compelling to say about their own philosophies, because their engagement with those philosophies aren't actually very sophisticated. The only one of those that I think really works for me is that he does actually have, I think it's 4 episodes where he interviews a QAnon guy, and the episodes are spread out. He didn't do them all in one session or something. He did them over the course of 2 years or something. Like I think he like revisited a guy, like he like talked to a guy multiple times over, like every like 6 months or something for 2 years. And the QAnon interviews are really really interesting because he like talks to a guy who's like 100% all in on QAnon conspiracy theories and like really 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 deep into it. And like not just someone who's like ambiguously listening to Fox News or something and like picking up this and that, but like a dude who is like heavy into like, you know, in private discords on 8chan, on you know, private Telegram servers, whatever, like mega deep into QAnon lore. And those episodes are really really interesting. They're frustrating in their own way because he is stupid. Like the QAnon guy is just a dumb man in many regards, but like he clearly has like taken the time to like learn about and like become invested in this thing. And those are pretty interesting because I think that they are they're I think they like reveal more and talk to more about like what the anxieties and motivations or whatever of that movement are than what I've ever seen from like a mainstream journalist. And it's like the guy who runs the podcast is not into QAnon whatsoever, and you can actually, especially in the third episode, I think it's the third of the four, there's times where the interviewer, as much as he tries to be kind of a professional journalist about this, there's times in the third episode in particular that you can hear him starting to get frustrated with the subject's inability to like see his own contradictions or something. But so yeah, you know, like the guy who runs the podcast is not pro QAnon whatsoever, nor am I. But I thought it was like a really really interesting. It's like an interesting interview insofar as that it's like, okay, let's take somebody who's like really deep into this community and like give them all the space to explain this, and we're not going to push him to examine himself in any way. And I think that that's like more useful than attempting to like read a Wikipedia page or something about the movement. Anyway, this quote about zombies I think is I'm almost certain it's from an episode of Schizotopia, and I'll find the passage in Luda at some point. But the Schizotopia quote I thought was kind of interesting. And you know, this is him going into, I can't remember who he was speaking with when this quote rolled out. And again, I might not even be 100% correct. Like I might be wrong saying this is from Schizotopia, but I think it is because it sounds like something he would say. The main guy in that. But I think it's an interesting idea that, like, you know, when people talk about Dawn of the Dead as this social metaphor about how like consumerism is turning us all into zombies, like Romero was so ahead of his time in addressing that idea. Like Dawn of the Dead, the original one, is in the 70s. Like it's before Reaganism blows up in the 80s and like really massively creates a consumer culture, like, you know, unlike anything that had ever been seen before. And it's certainly, you know, obviously decades and decades before you get like Amazon Prime and Temu and like unboxing videos and stuff like that. And I kind of think that like the idea that the anxieties that Romero was observing and exploring through his art, his like liminality, his like capacity to like observe and perceive and like cognate around these social ills and the kind of concerns of what could emerge from it, again, are like really really quite remarkably ahead of their time. And like to expand upon that into the modern day, I think is like if part of why we find Dawn of the Dead so compelling could be applied to like modern social circumstances, like it's all the more reason why there should be content about people who have become zombified, so to speak, through the social circumstances in which we live. And I think this is also, this is, some of the subtext in something like Shaun of the Dead, especially in that intro, like the intro versus outro of that movie, where it's kind of like you're seeing people who are like technically alive, but they're like, they're like sleepwalking through life, kind of. And the idea that at the end of the film, life isn't all that different pre and post zombie apocalypse is like, I think a very effective commentary. Romero also plays with this idea again in the 2000s with Diary of the Dead, which I think we talked about a little bit in my tier list videos, if anyone has seen those. But like Diary of the Dead was Romero's 5th zombie film, and I think it came out in, I think it was 2006 or 2007, as memory serves. And Diary of the Dead is not enormously well liked. I think it's like, people don't hate it, but like I think a lot of people agree that it was like, at the time it was his weakest zombie film. He like subsequently made a 6th film called Survival of the Dead, which everyone now retrospectively says his worst. But Diary of the Dead, I think is an incredibly interesting film that, despite not being great, is nevertheless extremely interesting. And because what is interesting about it is that it's way, 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 way ahead of its time in diagnosing like social media addiction and like the content creation consumption pipeline, and like the degree to which it would become this like addictive thing that would spread, virally. Like people talk about internet virality, and Romero was like way, 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 way ahead of his time in like making a critique about this, and like making a critique about a person who like has like become so obsessed with both creating and consuming content that they like lose the boundaries of their own humanity or something. And he was doing this again in like 2007, which is like months after YouTube launched. It's like before social media as we know it really was huge. Like MySpace was big. As of this movie coming out, it's like MySpace was like still the biggest social media in the world. Like Facebook had launched, but like was still on its way up. Instagram didn't exist, TikTok didn't exist, Vine didn't exist, Snapchat, all of that. It's like, during the MySpace days when YouTube was still kind of on its way to becoming a household name, he was already doing like a fairly cogent critique of these serious social concerns about the direction that society has headed. And I think that this is like an interesting thing, and this is something I'm thinking about a little bit with Requiem. And I have this other quote that I just wanted to bring up, because like this game is really engaged with nostalgia and like the engagement with the history of the franchise, and like reinvoking Raccoon City and all of that. And it's also from Schizotopia, I believe. But nostalgia is the underworld for the modern man. It's how we commune with the dead. And I think that, that's not about zombies per se, but I think it's kind of an interesting thing to think about as we go into the Raccoon City section of this game. Let's get back into it. I'm going to try to finish this game this weekend. I have a 3-day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm hoping we can probably try to finish this today, tomorrow, even. Okay, I still have just 500 points. And items. I have the distributor. I don't have any keys, really, do I? Did I pick up any keys? Yes, I have Cedarbrook Apartments. Keys to the back gate. Okay, let's check our weapons. We're relatively low on ammo. I don't really want to craft ammo yet because we'll see what we pick up. That's the direction we went before. 2 signal retrievers. Let's see what we find, everybody. Oh, Cedarbrook Apartments. Okay, well, that's the game. That's the back gate, presumably. Okay, before we go that way, we are going to explore... I think we already mostly explored the areas, but, like, I just want to take a peek. We don't yet have any key or tool to open shipping containers. I just want to see if the world state has changed whatsoever in any of these areas, because, like, you know, every once in a while the Resident Evil games do this thing where it's kind of like, okay, if you re-explore in between activity happening, either like some new enemies might have spawned, or okay, that's where we came from. Oh, also, funny thing I guess I was thinking about after... I presume we can't actually do anything down there, so I'm not going to run down. That feels like a waste. Funny thing I was thinking about was that the spider we fought is, in some regards, kind of arguably the first boss in the game. Like, really, really strange that it took that long. And I guess, like, you could certainly argue that the chef or Chunk or... the chef or Chunk or the girl were all kind of bosses. The infected who had, like, multiple weak points that Leon faced in the church, I guess we could also call a boss. Can I not hop up to get this? Just a hand grenade? Okay. But I kind of think of the spider as being the main and perhaps only, like, true boss that we've faced so far in this game. Because otherwise, like... Okay, is this open? It is. Okay. Before we go in there, we will explore up here some more. I think the girl qualifies... as a boss. It's like a puzzle boss, not an action boss. But in terms of, like, an action boss, like big health bar, gunpowder large, nice, and some Requiem ammo, nice. Oh yeah, I also realized we never used Requiem against the spider, which we probably should have. That probably would have made that fight a lot easier, though. I had already borked up that fight so badly that, like, I also didn't really want to waste good resources on it that much. Locked from the other side. Okay, so down is the way we have to go. Wait, what was in the warehouse? Gas-powered generator, which goes out that way. Let's... Oh yeah, right. We need gas. We can't turn that on until we have gas for it. Yeah, because I didn't do so well on that spider fight, it kind of felt like I thought to myself, if I had died, that might have been better. We really did burn a lot of health items, and that made that zombie section quite a bit more perilous than it should have been, because that's actually, like, kind of an easy room, all things considered. Though this is something I've heard a little bit of critique about. I also wanted to see... Do we have the raccoon? Where do we find the raccoons? We found that in the basement, so it should be kind of low. I don't know, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, we missed one in the very first area, which is a bummer, because we're not getting 100% as a result. Okay, well. I just thought for a second I might have been hearing a squeak squeak of the raccoon. I'm hearing something breathing, so... yeah. Hello. Something with his body? Tracking module common. A device with stored combat data can be redeemed for credits. Value 1200. Okay, so we basically have like a hard souls, soft souls system. Oh, I did hear one. Okay. Yeah, so speaking of the last room not being that difficult, I have heard a little bit of like critique of this section of the game, and I'm trying to like avoid spoilers, so I'm like avoiding interacting with... Oh, that's just the Mr. Raccoon stand. I thought it was like a pickup of some kind. I've wanted to avoid critique, or like I've not read much in the way of critiques because of concerns of spoilers. But I've peeked at a little bit here and there, and one of the critiques that I've heard about this is that like most people seem to agree that like the game feel of the Leon Raccoon City stuff is good. I hear another zombie, I think, but I don't see. Okay, so we've got water. I presume I need to... Oh, I see. This one going to jump out of the water before I can do a stealth kill. No. Nice. Battery storage locations. All staff when a battery dies, you need to get a new one from the sewage facility or the underground parking garage. Okay, so we need two batteries. And are we still on track for files? Yes. Okay. Oh, there's something. But the complaint that I heard about this section is basically that like Leon's game feel is like very, very good. Like, I don't think anyone is questioning that. But the problem people have kind of put forward... I hear again. Yes. Stealtha. Basically, the complaint is game feel is good, but that like the arena and encounter design is like a step down from like what we've seen in some of the other recent games, whether it's, you know, RE4R, which is like going to be a tough act to follow no matter what. But even Sorry, ambulance passing. 1 second. Ambulance is... It's truly like a remarkable happenstance that I feel like I could be at home, you know, 16 hours straight on a day off. Not a single ambulance will pass. Second I start streaming, they start passing like every like 15 minutes. It's like crazy. Let's just double check. Okay, no, we actually can't move forward, it seems like. Or like we can, but I think that this is probably going to put us behind someone who would attack us from the front otherwise. I presume. Yes. I see one over there. I don't want to... Never seen a truck gate with a lock like that. That's maybe on me. Machine gun ammo. And a hand grenade. Okay. I don't know if we'll get the machine gun. I don't know if it like matters that much to me. Oh, also, I only realized we do have a zoom in on the rifle. Oh. There we go. I was watching somebody else's playthrough and they observed that. I wanted to see how other people did certain sections. I hear, but do not see. Is he gonna be in here? Yep. Hello. There we go. Used more bullets than I wanted to, but I didn't have any penetration, so it's like getting the shot on the thing wasn't going to be as easy as I would have wanted. Hello. Nice. Head crit. But yeah, encounter design is going to be, you know, RE4R has some of the best encounter design of like any video game ever in history. So it wasn't ever going to be an easy act to follow in that regard. But yeah, that seems to be kind of the complaint of this section of the game, is that like Leon feels great to play. Oh, hello. Leon feels great to play, but... Oh. It's like... Oh. He just dead. Okay. The thought is like, Leon feels great to play, but like... Some of these encounters are just like... rooms of guys. Some of these are just like rooms of guys, and like it feels good to fight them because the combat generally does feel good. But also you know, there's some... You know, it's a totally legitimate critique for somebody to be like, oh yeah, this is... Okay, this is our way back. So I think we need to get something before we proceed. Hello? You're itchy. That was surprising that the hurt box worked on him there. We're down to 1 bullet, dang. We gotta use our other guns, huh? And or we need to be crafting more, I guess. Machine gun ammo and rifle ammo. Let's see if we can... Yep. Nice. 2 shotgun shells is great. And he dropped a... I guess I could have thrown the spears. Let's see what we got here. I presume this is... Yeah, battery. I mean, this area is, like, totally fine. I don't... You know, the section's not bad, but, you know... RE4 is such a, like, a pitch-perfect combat design experience. It's really, we got an Uzi. Gal, a submachine gun developed in the 1950s. Lacks accuracy, but large ammo capacity. Has suitable for bursts of sustained fire. Simple structure makes it less likely to malfunction in sand or mud. Several key components are stamped to facilitate mass production and are highly durable. I think that's an Uzi, at least. I'm not Mr. Gun expert over here. We'll hold on to it. I'm not in love with it. Let's register shortcut. I usually don't like the like assault rifles in these games, but or like rapid fire weapons, not, you know, SMGs, assault rifles, heavy machine guns, even though those like almost never exist in Resident Evil. Oh, hello. Ow, you can throw. Ow. Where was rude. Well, I got his points. Oh, gunpowder. Give. Ow. That hurt. I should have tried to parry it, clearly. Parry a big concrete slab on a piece of rebar. Totally normal Leon thing to do. Okay, handgun ammo's good. Are there gonna be more guys up here? And or... Okay, so that drops me there. Do I want to go there is the question. Or is there more to explore up here? We'll just check real quick. I don't think there is. I think we swept the room all right. So I think we drop. And we drop it into the... Yeah, I think we can just plug it in immediately. And apparently there's handgun ammo also that I missed. Insert. Thank you for not making me go through a menu to do that. Okay, and now we need... The other one's through that door, apparently. Now, I do know... Let's see, crafting. Let's make some... Ooh, we'll make some rifle ammo. We'll make some machine gun ammo at some point, just because I believe that there is a I believe that there's an achievement for having crafted at least one of every ammo type with Leon. So yeah, so as far as the critique of this section goes, I've also heard some people compare it to Resident Evil 6, which I feel like I mean, like, I'm not that far into this section, so I shouldn't be the one to, like, register the complaint. Okay, I guess we're going down. But I already kind of disagree. Slot for a crank. Okay, so we got a multi-step thing. We need a crank, presumably to get to the area that we need for the battery. I already kind of disagree with the Resident Evil 6 comparison insofar as that, like, I think I've already done this rant a little bit before about how, like, some people will say, like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 6 is actually kind of good. The only reason people dislike it is because it's not a good Resident Evil game. It is a good third-person shooter, though. And, like, I've expressed the fact that I do disagree with that. Like, I think Resident Evil 6 isn't a good third-person shooter. Like, I don't think it feels good to play. And already I think this does feel better. Like, one of the biggest things for me is that, like, the shooting in Resident Evil 6 is really, really floaty. Oh. Wasn't expecting the light to be coming through, but that's lovely, actually. I mean, lovely insofar as that, like, a bunch of rubble crashing through and, like, the back of a truck. See, now that's the back of a truck that I know, one of these latches. I just did one of those up on Monday. Art gallery was doing some art movement, and we had a box truck. Okay, so we have to go down. There's our battery. Leon, I feel like you could jump that. I guess you're 50 now, so maybe it's a little harder. I know I couldn't jump it, so I'm not going to criticize him for it. But anyway, the shooting in Resident Evil 6 always, to me, felt incredibly floaty, unimpactful. Like, the gun feel doesn't feel right to me. Okay, I guess we have to drop down. This is probably going to be combat arena. Before we go into the combat arena, we can't craft any more ammo, so down we go. But yeah, I personally feel like RE6 oh, that we could probably use. That turns a crank. RE6 never felt particularly good to me, personally. And that's not... I don't think it feels horrible. It's not like, you know, one of the worst games I've ever played or anything. But, oh. Hello. Raccoon time. Do I have iframes? I think I did. Healing item, med injector. Use, please. Nope. Ow, he barked on me. Well, I'm glad I used the med injector, I guess. Ow. Wow, that's like most of my health gone. Wow, okay. Leon's not able to get in and out of some of these animations too quick. That's all my shotgun ammo. Tracking module rare, 4200. Okay, so we're actually racking these up pretty quick. I guess we need to do this all the way for some reason. That guy hits hard. Leon's health bar is not... I mean, I guess, like, canonically, he's not in good health in this game. But he is, I'm not going to be able to tank hits the way that I was in RE4. Let's make the healing item. I just have the one healing item again. So yeah, we gotta be at least a little cautious. I couldn't get out of the rifle animation, so we gotta be careful about that. Oh, med injector, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't get out of the rifle, like the deep aim. So I need to remember in the future. Be cautious about that. Ow, nope. Dang it. There we go. I should have used this, clearly. Oh, now I have 3 throwing items. But not in a useful place. Unless I can kite enemies back here. 4 throwing items. Yeah, I need to be mindful of that. No capacity to craft more ammo for now. Which is a problem. Handgun ammo, please. Or scrap. Shotgun shells I'll take. I can also buy ammo, we saw, so I should keep that in mind. I am also thinking that, like, I'm maybe supposed to be running through here faster and using these environmental things, which I guess is something that had happened to us in RE4 also, where it was like I was going about it slowly. The fact that I could drop back down here, I think, is also supposed to be like a indication of that. And also, even the fact that the big boss guy, I think I was supposed to run past him, because otherwise the gas he releases isn't useful if all the enemies are already dead. So, okay, we'll maybe try to keep that in mind, that, like, being a little bit more aggressive about going deep into enemy territory might be intended. Let's see what happens when we get into this parking garage, though. Yeah, sorry, I keep getting distracted, but yeah, Resident Evil 6. Can I do this yet? No, because I had to leave the wheel down there. So presumably we'll get a crank later. Or who knows, maybe we'll go back through these areas with Grace, and we'll have to... Maybe we'll have to, you know, use her for those. Okay. Not doing great on ammo. I guess I could try this. Let's see where we're at, though. Combat arena again? Oh, no, we're on the other side of... Is this... Yeah, this is then the other side of the gap. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. We explore. That's almost certainly locked just because of, yeah, rubble at the base. Okay. Hello. It's actually, maybe we can go behind him. I hear others. I don't see others. I see others now. Does he see me? They do seem to really have, like, empty eye sockets. Are you patrolling? They seem to have empty eye sockets, which, you know, to me makes me think they'd be blind, but I might be wrong. So one of the other complaints with this section is that I know a lot of people who complain that they don't like desolate Raccoon City. Like, they feel like it's too empty and too ugly. You know, we'll see how long this section lasts. I personally kind of like it. I think people sometimes complain about emptiness in games too much. Right? Like, I think that, like, people will complain about, like, oh yeah, like, if a world in a game isn't, like, ultra completely dense all the time, you know, where people want there to always be something to do and, like, stuff every, like, 5 feet to interact with, people will complain and be like, oh, the world is pointlessly large, the world should be smaller. And I disagree with that. Like, and we still need that key. We have nothing to throw this at. Okay. Up we get. I think emptiness in a game can be very, very purposeful and can be very, very interesting and very, very beautiful. And, like, I think it does a lot for atmosphere. And, like, there are times where I think that, like in the case of this, I think, like, you know, again, maybe I'll feel differently after I've completed the section, but, like, I think that, like, the emptiness emphasizes the desolation and, like, allows you to appreciate the tragedy more, and that, like, if there were, like, a million interact points. Headless BSAA guy. That's concerning. Well, I think that's a BSAA logo on his chest. Completely headless is a concern. If he was just dead, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, but completely headless is horse of a different color. Yeah, I feel like this emphasizes the tragedy of the situation, that, like, we're seeing a world undone, and I think that, like, I think it's good and right and, like, appropriate. Oh, cutscene. Bunch of headless guys. Mini boss or boss? Oh, he has a head. Data feed, body cam.
Encountered 3 infected and eliminated them. That's correct, sir. Do we proceed?
So the rumors were true? What rumors? The missile wasn't just about stopping the spread. Don't be ridiculous.
Affirmative. Listen up. Our objective hasn't changed. We rendezvous with the advanced party in the center of Raccoon City, then head for ARC. Our mission is to retrieve Elpis. Move out!
ARC is going to be a new one for us as well.
Holy shit!
Okay, headless makes me feel a little bit better now. They're just getting Requiem.
Short fuse.
And it also confirms this guy's not with BSAA, or they're not here on his orders.
What are we doing here?
Presumably.
All in good time. You'll see.
Container key. Perfect. Okay, so we got a ladder over there also. We got to check. Gas station. Ladder. Apartments. We got a lot to check. Okay, we run back and we check.
Send some footage your way, Sherry.
What the hell?
The guy at the end. White suit. Can you find anything on him?
Yeah, hold on. The database is coming up empty.
So there are ghosts involved with Elvis, too.
So Elpis and Ark are our kind of keywords for the day. Gonna be zombies. Is that why there's a... Nope. Okay. Well, yes. Hello. That's why that's there. What have we got? Rifle ammo. Nice. Ooh. And a new rifle. Marksman 1A. Auto sort. There we go. So it's lower power, higher rate of fire, way higher reload speed. We'll think about that. I am not opposed. Let's, before we proceed too far, I want to run back. Can I not go through here? No, that's locked. I presume that's the other side of the apartment complex. So we've got gas station. Nope. We've got gas station to explore. And that also lets us get fuel for this. We've got the apartments and we've got the camp. Can we go back to the camp is the question. So much looting as Leon. Dang. Can we go back to camp? I feel like there's going to be a situation in which we're going to be able to move that and create a shortcut back. Or maybe we can even do that now. Maybe. Shortcut. Nice. And we need fuel. Okay. So we need fuel for 2 points now. We have access to that fuel. We have... How many storage containers can we do? That's rifle ammo. I do want rifle ammo, so let's actually grab that because I don't know how I missed that. Where did I miss rifle ammo? In a trunk? No? Where? Why is there rifle ammo? In the back of the... Huh, weird. Okay. I don't know how I missed that, but I'm glad that we got it. 19 rifle shots is like pretty good. The new rifle I am kind of intrigued to take because I feel like it'll probably still land kills on headshots for regular zombies, and I'm more inclined to use it on regular zombies than on bosses because of the zoom. Oh yeah, that we already know. Let's look into some upgrades. We got 26,000 from Hard Souls. Nice. I do want body armor because our health has been quite low. We can get level 2. We could just immediately get level 2, which is nice. I do think I also want a med injector because we've been so low so often. Tune-ups. I'm inclined to either let's maybe do shotgun. So we can increase the quicker aiming and more precise shooting. It's only 1,000, so why not? Extra stability is 2,000. A charm increases firepower. I don't know if I care that much. Ceramic custom part for increases ceramic coating increases durability and keeps everything squeaky clean. That's a power. Oh, it's a power increase. Then yeah, let's do power increase. Increases ammo capacity. I don't mega care about that. Not for 3,000. Stability, maybe, but I think we're probably fine. I think that's like a nice set of upgrades. Let's upping the axe is good though. We could so both of these are upgraded. We need 14,000 to max it seems like. Requiem stability I wouldn't mind. Power doesn't... Oh, reduced muzzle rise isn't bad. Power is fine. Stability would be better. I feel like aim is like the key there. I think that's all we'll do for the time being. And I should have done that before saving, but it's okay. I think we... I think we'll use up the ammo in the bolt action, and then we will switch to the semi-auto. Because again, I bet the headshots, like if it operates the way that headshots do in other RE games, then it's probably going to be that like a headshot is a guaranteed kill on a standard zombie at least. Zombies in here. No, but we do got a motorcycle.
Beautiful. Just need to get through that gate.
Okay, so that'll be repair kit. Okay, cool. Is that in my inventory? Repair kit. Cool. Tool for equipment repair. What does that do, though? I guess maybe it lets me repair my armor. Let's actually make a stacked hand grenade. And I could probably do this just to keep inventory a little bit cleaner. We need parts before we utilize those, clearly. Okay, so we've got a few directions we could go, which is tantalizing. Like it's a compelling thing that the game has like introduced these different capacities. That's still locked. Let's do gas station, I think, before we do the apartment complex. I might be wrong about that, but I'm kind of like inclined, in case the game starts spawning enemies in this corridor. Speak of the devil. Oh. Enemies behind me. I shouldn't have used pistol ammo. We run backwards real quick. We need to remember not to reload, because we will use all 6 ammo before we reload. But yeah, if it starts spawning tougher enemies in this corridor, I would rather have like the gasoline thing resolved. Let's start by... What do we got? Rifle ammo is good. Green herb is good. I presume we can't get through any conventional way. This will be locked. Yep, okay. That's how we have to go up. Sorry, I keep getting distracted, everybody. Oh, what I was saying about Resident Evil 6 is that, like, the guns in that game largely always felt kind of ineffectual to me. It's really floaty. The shotguns don't have kick to them. The pistol feels like a pea shooter. Like, I don't know. There's also a bunch of like mechanics in that game that frankly don't matter. Like, or they don't matter for like almost the entirety of the game. Where, are there any other enemies that I can also see before I drop down there to use my rifle ammo on? I don't think so. The melee in that game is like weirdly overpowered. What? 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 Okay, I'm just like wasting ammo. Finally. Okay. We register to that space. Sight scope, we use... Wait. I'm not... Oh, so you can actually aim down sights. You don't have to use a scope? Okay. I did just waste 3 whole shots, which I'm not super happy about. And I should have actually just stealthed that guy to begin with. Presumably we're going to find the other letter from that little girl. Let's get a close combat weapon ready. Need a container, okay. But yeah, Resident Evil 6, the melee is both weirdly overpowered, but like they don't stop you from doing it when it's not contextually overpowered, which means it can also feel like completely worthless at times. They implemented this stamina bar that doesn't like really feel good in any way, in order to combat the fact that it's overpowered. Like, there's all these, again, mechanics that don't really... It's not that they're bad mechanics, it's just that they don't, like, almost ever fit into the game. Like, I hear a Mr. Raccoon. There's all these mechanics that don't fit into the game very much, where you can like dive and like shoot while rolling, and you can like roll all over the ground and like soldier crawl. I don't know if I like aim down sights. I think I would rather stay in third person. From Meryl to Mommy too. Mommy, if you're reading this, please go back to the hotel. There are lots of creepy people around. They make strange noises. There are fires. Mommy, it's really scary. I'm okay. I met Daddy's friend, Mr. George. Remember him? He's going to evacuate me to the police station in his police car. I'm sure Daddy will be there. Love you, Mommy. Aw. Okay, so we'll continue this storyline from the police station, presumably. But I hear... Where was Mr. Raccoon is the question. Oh, there you are. So all this rolling around on the ground stuff that they do in 6, like, there's a couple of set pieces where it kind of makes sense. Locker zombie? No. Locker zombie? Locker zombie? Nah. There's a couple of set pieces where it makes sense, but most of the game it doesn't. Like, there's a couple, like, there's this like weird environment at one point where oh no, this is the same. Okay, I get it.
Gotta fill this up.
I wonder if it's going to be one use per fill, because if so, that could be a little tedious. Hello.
What is this? You must be the town lumberjack. Don't mind if I do.
Okay. Are we good? No. Oh. That was unexpected. I thought I got to the chainsaw in time. Ow. Who else is around? So it seems like we get 3 uses out of it, maybe, and then have to... Ow. Ow. Oh, you're out of ammo. Let's get that back. Oh. Oh, you're burning. Don't want to get grabbed. And I ran into the fire. Ow! That's the game director being nice to me, because I just took 2 instances of damage. Ow. Let me pick up. I'm in the fire again. Oh, another zombie with a rifle. Or with a chainsaw. I'm shocked that didn't one-shot him. Is he like a semi-boss? Where did he go? There you are. Is that an instant? Yeah, it's an instant kill. I thought he had a weak point at the center of his chest. I was way misreading that. Okay, where does it put me? Okay, I have to redo. That's fine. I can save some rifle ammo. I presumably can't climb back up there. Handgun ammo. I shouldn't fixate on using the chainsaw. I can also run up here apparently, which I didn't do the first time. Which might be... This might be the move. Scrap is good. Okay. The raccoon statue stays dead. Oh, I forgot about you. Mercifully, that didn't do much damage. Yes, yes, yes. Just make sure that's stored. Why am I one ammo shorter than I was last time? I think getting on top of the building is a priority, though. That kind of makes sense to me. Okay.
Gotta fill this up. Let me guess. You must be the town lumberjack. Don't mind if I do.
Okay. Okay. Stuff's on fire. Let's run a little. Can I not get to the stairs? I can't. Ow! Didn't realize the chainsaw would do that. Okay, maybe I do keep the chainsaw. Oh, and that's an auto kill again. Okay. I can't take the stairs. That's my bad. Let me just skip this cutscene, please. I don't need a 30-second death scene. Yeah, that scene's way too long. Let me please just immediately get back into the game. Okay. I mean, I guess in terms of, like, arena variety, this is certainly, like, different from what we've experienced so far. I don't know if I necessarily like it, but it is different. Though, like when we were playing Resident Evil 4 on the channel, I do feel like I am constantly short on shotgun ammo. Like, I know that I'm, like, biased towards using the shotgun, so, like, I'm sure that that's a factor in, like, yeah, I'm running out of it ahead of other things. But, okay, there we go. There's some shotgun shells. But nevertheless, it's like, I feel like I should have more on a regular basis. I wonder if I can shoot the explosive before that guy throws it. I don't think that would change the outcome of the situation at all. But who knows? We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Okay, he is dead. I didn't want to reload, but I did. Make sure that's in the records. More rifle ammo. Good always. Gas can is good always. Well, it's what we need, no matter what. Was there not a green herb back here? Am I crazy? Okay, well. Actually, let's also... I also still haven't used the machine gun at all, so maybe I should try that out this time around. Let's maybe see if we can just finish off the... Hello.
You must be the town lumberjack. Don't mind if I do.
Okay. I put this down for a second. Can I... Maybe. That's kind of a parry, so that's why I get stuck. Hello. Oh, there's a guy behind me. Where'd he come from? Let's see. Okay, so avoiding the explosion does not keep the stairs accessible. Unfortunately. Nice. I saw the three lined up and I said, perfect. Okay. Can I get to duel from here? Maybe not. Chainsaw duel. Okay, the fire's gonna... Perfect. Dissipate. Now, will this let me have multiple pours of gasoline is the question. That fight, I really was overcomplicating. Okay. Well, that gauge makes me think.
All right.
That gauge makes me think we aren't going to have to refuel multiple times over. Let's check inside here, because this door was locked to me. What have we got? Shotgun shells, much appreciated. As I explained, I'm always low. I didn't think I got that close to the fire, but okay. And I presume, unless we can leave the way he came in, which I don't think is possible, I presume the way we leave now is through that one door. With the generator. Yeah. I think this will be treated as a key, and we'll dispose of it once we're out of fuel. So we'll know how many fuel points there are once. Cool. Do we still have it? Yeah, fuel inside. Cool. Now, the other fuel points we have are... there, and then the logistics warehouse. Let's do those real quick before we do the apartments. Enemy arrival. Here. Oh, blister head. That's a problem. Okay. Can I not? Why aren't you getting into stunned? There we go. That's a lot of ammo. Did he drop? Yes, he did. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, let's start by... I'll actually do a quick save because we don't want to... We'll maybe do some upgrades and then save. Another 16k, cool. Let's actually... Is there anything we want to upgrade right now? I could get this completely upgraded, but I don't know if I want to. Body armor repair is only 504. I think we'll just get level 2 body armor. I feel like that kind of makes more sense. Cool. And let's, we can craft shotgun shells. Let's get in here, use some fuel. It was in here, right? Am I crazy? Oh, it's on the roof. Okay, so we take the elevator up, I think. And then use the generator up there. These are giant generators, by the way. Like, these are like... These are serious industrial appliances. Like, this isn't a standard home generator or something. And I need to remember to use my rifle ammo. I want to stop carrying 2 rifles. Wait, was it up here? What am I forgetting? What level is the generator on? Generator's 1 level down, maybe? Yes. Evidently. What does this allow now? Is this just an unlock? Machine gun ammo. I still haven't used the machine gun. I gotta do that, clearly. Wait, what do I do here? Do I... Can't climb unless I get like a grappling. Oh, zip line. Do I want to zip line though? I can't imagine why. Let's leave that for... Well, I guess we're already up here. I shouldn't waste time. If we die, we just saved,
Well,
so...
I can use that.
Yeah, I know. That's why... Let's see what this is. Can we go... I presume we can't go back. I presume there's such a thing as a powered zip line that you could... go through. Oh, I also want to mention minor thing about this game. I'm really happy that there isn't like a flashlight battery mechanic, because that would be really, really annoying. Where are we? Willis Tower. Oh, okay. So this actually is one of our things. Okay, I wasn't even really doing that intentionally. Do I want to do this now is the question. Let's see what this... Oh, it's scrap. Okay, I was going to say, if it was a file, I would check to see if I'm, like, sequence breaking at all. I don't think I would be, but... File? Nope, handgun ammo. Hello, Zomb. You're going to get up later, I have no doubt. It's just going to be... What's the trigger is the question. Oh, I guess we also zoomed past the question posed by the not UBSC, excuse me, BSAA guys of like the missile wasn't about containment, which I'm trying to like wrap my head around what that means. Okay, maybe we can get the elevator back working. Man, there's like a shocking number of different directions we could be going right now. Like, was it about cover up, not containment? I feel like this is progress. I think this is moving forward if we go that way. So let's poke this way real quick. Oh, didn't totally mean to go all the way down. We run back up real quick. There wasn't anything around the corner, I hope. I mean, I guess it could be about cover up. It could be about... Was it about, like, destroying Nemesis? Was, like, Nemesis actually, like, so out of control that they were concerned about it becoming, like, a world-ending event or something? That maybe seems a little bit dramatic, but, you know, it's not impossible. Okay, so that's that. We can't go further up. I don't think we can go further down. Yeah, it's blocked. What does this door have? Just an herb? It would be kind of cool if, instead of them being in green pots like that, if they were actually, like, growing from the wreckage. Like, if they were actual, like, native plant growth. Because I think it's in Resident Evil 2 that you can encounter a note that says that, like, the medicinal herb is, like, a native plant to the Arklay Mountains. That'd be like really, really neat if that was a thing, that like from the wreckage all these health plants were growing. I mean, not that like we would need a field of them or there's tons and tons of them, but just like, you know, they could they could do a thing. Nope. This is concerning to me. Very bloodborne, huh? What is this? I guess we couldn't have done this first, and I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, what if you could pick that up as an alternative to the gas canister? But yeah, you have to have the gas canister to get over here to begin with. Wasn't too bloodborne-y though. We didn't have to, like, that, as far as I can tell, was impossible to fail. Can we get over there is the question. Yes, okay. Surprisingly, this is actually quite disorienting to play. I don't know if it's disorienting to watch, but it's throwing me for a loop. I think the fact that we can't see Leon's feet, like we can't see his like posture and relationship to the environment, that's like making it a little bit strange. Like we can't see him. We can't see him interacting in a way where I'm like, okay, I see that I'm like listing to one side. It's like he's just upright while the environment is not. And that's like a little strange. It's a beautiful set piece though. And again, I think this is actually like an example of why I don't mind quiet. I don't mind solitude or like emptiness in games. And like the example I always think to myself is that like people will occasionally complain about Elden Ring and be like, oh, the open world in parts was like too big and too wide open and too empty with nothing going on. Okay, we're gonna have to dodge those. Those are gonna start sliding at me.
Oh, fuck.
I thought it would be other direction, but I thought the lower one would go first. Can we explore where they went? No. Okay, well, not really. But like people talk about how in Elden Ring, like, oh yeah, some of those environments are so large and there's not really anything happening in them. I think that's so crucial to the experience. Like, I think that if you're going to have an epic experience that feels like you're really on an adventure, there's going to be times where you need, like, you need a little bit of breathing room and you need to feel like you've, like, accomplished a journey, even if, like, accomplishment is literally just, like, kind of pushing forward on the stick through an empty environment. And it's not like a sophisticated or like complicated relationship to have with the environment, but I think it contributes to the experience, and I think that like having okay, do we have to go slow? Not run? No, 5. Hello. Glass surfaces are incredibly fragile, require extra caution. However, shooting the glass out from under an enemy will cause them to fall through. Don't need that. We're just not going to reload our rifle once we've cleared some enemies. Also, this is actually a very cool encounter design. I like this. Oh, you're alive. Hello. Oh. Wow. How? I guess I was shooting him in the body armor, so that would be the worst way to shoot a zombie. Huh? I reloaded. No. Reload. Remember, everybody. Uh-oh. No. Reload. Helmet off. Miss. Register to 3. 3. Yeah, headshot still works for the rifle. Oh. Helmet off. Oh! Headshot didn't instant kill him. Okay, bolt action might be the way to go. Maybe I just use this ammo up and then I keep bolt action, even though the bolt action is quite slow. I'm shocked these guys don't have anything I can loot. That really seems like they seem eminently more lootable than the average zombie. This is a cool set piece, though. I like the idea of, like, be careful. I could shoot them to fall, but I could, like, be screwing myself in terms of securing a path. That seems like it could be the way up. Also, very funny, this is called Willis Tower, famously. The unpopular rename of the Sears Tower in Chicago. Is this a way up? Because I see that there. Pardon my sneeze. So to the previous topic of space and quiet in games, and like the other example that comes to mind for me quite often is Shadow of the Colossus, because like that game has a lot of open space. Can I? Yes. Cool. I'm glad I figured that out, and the game didn't have to signal it to me. That's a successful little puzzle. Oh. Somebody has a gun? Ow. I'm about to die. Oh, shouldn't have reloaded. We got another one over here. Ow! You hit me from there, dang. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I should use the bolt-action rifle, not this one, I think. No rifle ammo? Okay, good. No, machine gun ammo. Dang, that's not what I want. Yeah, I think after I use these 6 shots, I gotta switch to the... If I'm not guaranteed the head pop on the auto rifle, I feel like it's probably not worth it. And I could probably upgrade the bolt-action rifle to be faster. Okay. I think that's that. Cool sequence. Okay. That was actually really neat. But yeah, the emptiness in games, I was just saying, with Shadow of the Colossus, which is like an incredibly beloved game, it's like, if you, like, that is an example of like an exceptionally empty and essentially pointless open world. Like, there's no interactivity.
One component left. By the way, I found some evidence of the Pentagon putting pressure on the BSAA. It appears the North American branch has been moving independently.
Heard they had an internal dispute. Think it's related?
That's all I've got. There's been an increase in government surveillance. Looks like my fan base is growing.
Some things never change. Watch your back. I'll contact you again soon.
Cool. Shadow of the Colossus has like a particularly empty and essentially pointless open world. Like, there's basically zero interactivity. There's not a lot of discoverability. There's some, but like, relatively speaking, like not very much at all. You know, I'm actually kind of digging our machine gun. Do I want to get rid of... Let's compare... I don't want 3-round burst. Let's, how do we compare? Page up, page down, tab. Oh, R is compare. To the alligator snapper. Similar power, but I think a higher ceiling. Silencer 9 has better precision, better stability. Okay, so Silencer 9 is just an all-around better weapon. So I think what we want to do is we sell alligator snapper. We buy the Silencer 9, and let's upgrade the Silencer 9 maybe once. Don't care about red dot sight. Let's up the power. That's crucial. Precision and critical hit rate is important. Ammo capacity up's not bad. Rate of fire up's not bad, but I don't care that much. Capacity I like. Okay. But like, so Shadow of the Colossus, I think that like you absolutely need that open world. Despite being like incredibly, incredibly empty all the time, and like despite being incredibly empty and there not being like almost anything for you to do in it, I feel like the game would be worse without it. Where are we? We're in this building, so we can get... Okay, so there's actually a bunch of buildings for us to explore, it seems like. Maybe just the rooftops, but let's check before we... Okay, nothing's over here. There's a bunch of buildings for us to explore over here. I think. Okay. There is an up. There's a cross. I'll start with up. Silencer's way quieter. Okay, cool. But yeah, shout out to the classes. If you don't have that empty space, like, the empty space contributes so much to, like, the tone of that game and the atmosphere. I kind of am willing to say that it is just like a worse game if you don't have the completely empty open world. Like, so much of the tragedy of the game is kind of underscored by the world as you experience it. What have we got?
That'll get me down.
Okay. So that's what we need to get to. There is a zombie. There's several zombies. We, use up this ammo, and then we switch back to our, bolt action. Is he dead? Didn't pop his head, but he is dead. You need to stop wandering. You have an axe, too. Hopefully dead? Yes, okay. There's an explosive up there, so we're gonna have to go up and around at some point. Check backwards, first and foremost. Nothing, okay. And, like, I know that most players are more sensitive to emptiness and kind of, like, non-happening in games than I am, because I think that, like... What am I hearing? Is that a blister head? I don't see it, though. We have an explosive. Something's gonna be around. I wonder if this is gonna be like a boss arena where we're gonna be chased, well, semi-boss arena. We get chased by like one of the big ones. Oh, I am full already. Let's craft real quick. We make... I always want... Well, we haven't made machine gun ammo yet, so we'll do that just to, like, for the achievement, basically. This should clear up... Yeah, that cleared up a bunch of my inventory. That's good. I need to sharpen my axe. Reload the shotgun. I hear a beep beep. That's not good. Where are we beep beeping? There we're beep beeping. That's most of my armor gone. Rude. Okay, next time I hear the beep beeping, gotta be real mindful of directionality. Didn't even mean to fall, though it turned out kind of useful. I thought I heard you. Dang it. Man, switching to weapons is slow in this game. Am I dead? No. Switching to weapons is so slow. Okay. I think we... Nope. Okay. Register shortcut to 3. Dang it. There we go. I'm really not doing well with the rifle in this game, huh? Come on, get closer to me. How do you like it? Ha, I did parry it. The pistol doesn't feel as powerful. I think that's just purely auditory. But nevertheless.
Now for the other side.
Okay, I gotta unlock one more side. And then we'll be able to use it. Okay, we can go that way. Can we go this way? Or is there a way to go this way? Or is this like back around to something? Is this the other side of the save room? Yes, it is. Nice. Okay, we are going to... Yep, that's good, but oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to repair. And I guess we might as well just sell the Marksman A1. Do I want to upgrade anything is the question. 1A, not A1. Can we upgrade you further at all? Or is it just one upgrade per slot? And this we could upgrade this more. I don't think we can can we upgrade damage more? We can. Nice. I think that's all we want on that. Rate of fire I don't care that much about. Shotgun we could upgrade. Let's actually see about, can we upgrade reload speed is great. Do we have a rate of fire? We do. Hair trigger. Let's do it a little bit more. We don't have enough to do... I might as well do stability. We'll do a quick save. I'm not doing that well, all considered. But Might as well save. Doesn't hurt. We don't want to lose progress. Okay, we only have one shot. So we should focus on... Oh! We missed a green herb before we hopped down. So I might as well... Wait, what was that? And oh, we missed a bunch of things. Okay. Missed that. Was there... Oh, there it is. Come on. Okay. Dang it. There's one. Two. Okay, getting him down in 2 headshots now is very worth the power upgrade. Where are they? I knew I heard you. I think that's worth it. Oh. That's a problem. So I hear a chainsaw. I hear an engine of some variety. I don't think that's progress. That's progress. Oh. Having the kill counter is convenient, I would say. Oh, you're the mini boss type. Hello. Dead yet? No. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, wow. That's a problem too. Who did that to me? Oh, I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo on a lot of things. Uzi. Ooh. Ran out of basically everything all at once. That's a problem. Let's get some more handgun ammo, shotgun shells, handgun ammo. Stacked hand grenade. I haven't used grenades in a minute. I probably should do that. Who am I hearing? Let's reload real quick before we proceed. Why do I hear but not see? There you are. Do I even want to... Let me see. Can I... Can I stealth him is the question. It alerted him immediately. No, is that an auto kill? Oh, come on, man. I don't want to redo this section. That sucks. Ugh. How long am I set back? Did it didn't mid save. Man, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we can do this section faster. At least I have a better sense of like what we've got going on. Game director being nice to me again because I wasted a life. 2 heads exploded also, which means no... Well, there's a blister head. How did... Man. This sucks. We're reloading. That's just a bad start. Honestly, I might actually take a break because I feel like I'm a little disheartened by getting caught by that instant kill, like right at the end of the section on an enemy who I didn't have to go back to fight whatsoever. We've also been playing for about 2 hours, so I probably could take a break. But I'm drawn in. Let's come on. There we go. I want to use this on the guy upstairs. No. Rude. Very rude. If he went into that instant kill animation again, I absolutely would have ended the session right there. I would have been like, yeah, I'm done for a second. Okay. There's little damage on the lady who was up there. Nice. Dang it. Come on. There we go. You can come at me. Jerk. Ruining my... original run. Come on. Get closer. Okay. I presume we're nearing the end of the section. Yep, okay. So it's really just like one away. I was like one room away from winning. Bummer. But it's okay. The game probably has an in-game director, at least I think it does, similar to some of the previous Resident Evils, which if that's the case, having the occasional death every once in a while is actually kind of good. It keeps the game from getting too hard, or staying hard, I guess. Are we going to be fighting guys as they jump? Do guys jump on here? Those seem like places guys could jump from.
Now what? You'll have to take your extra.
Had a feeling. Elevator guy sequence. Ari loves it. Oh. Uh-oh. Nope, let me. Okay, well that wasn't what I was expecting. Not my best situation again. We are very low on ammo. We'll focus on the Uzi for a bit. See. Do we have this? Yeah, we do have it on 6. Okay, and I guess we could probably craft more. Yes. Man, my flashlight's not doing much. Let's see if we can just get through here nice and quick. Is there anything? Yeah, maybe not. This is... Okay. I know where we are. Okay. Neat sequence for the most part. Not in love with all of it, but not bad. Okay. So we've just got one building left to do in this section. I don't think we can go backwards yet. Maybe that's what one of the unlock points with the gas canister is. What I think we're going to do is we're going to save. We're going to take a break for a little bit, and then I'll come back. I might do another session later this afternoon, or maybe I might wait till end of day. Like I might do it in the evening rather than later afternoon, or we could do both evening and afternoon. We'll see. Body armor repair, please. Thank you. I might buy ammo at some point too. Let's up our power for that. And again. High capacity mag I don't care about. Reload speed I don't care about. Is there not a stability? I'm surprised there's not a stability. I mean, I get. Maybe we can buy a stock for it later. Maybe they'll introduce that, because that's a kind of common mechanic. Okay, well, this has been cool. We keep exploring. We got one more part to get, so we can blow down the wall, and then I think we get motorcycle sequence. Like that's something that's been. I don't actually know what the motorcycle sequence is. I've just had it teased in some thumbnails that there's gonna be a motorcycle sequence. And I did just save, didn't I? 1357, yeah, okay. So I'm excited to get into that. Sorry that I was messing up our combat, but, you know, I hope everyone's having fun anyway. I am enjoying this. I think the skyscraper sequence over the glass was in particular like a really nice like mix-up of the formula. So, you know, I'm intrigued to see what else they do, what else they might play with. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to call it here, everybody. I won't do too much yapping because we'll be back later today and there's plenty more to talk about. And more revelations about the BSAA, right? Like, we've got quite a few more things to talk about with the BSAA, as well as the DSO. I did do a little bit of research in between episodes, and like Leon's actually been in the DSO longer than I thought. He's been in the DSO at least since Resident Evil 6. We'll talk more about that stuff next time, though. I think we'll call it for now. Sorry for my fumblings, but I hope everyone's enjoying anyway. All right, everybody, we'll continue with Resident Evil Requiem after I'm going to break for lunch, and yeah, we'll get back into it. Okay, talk to you later, all.